What is going on, guys? Panther here, and we are bringing you our APA Week 3 battle against the Trap Master himself, DeathlyIam, and his Seattle Drizzlers up here, but I think he's actually going by the Tenneessee Trubbish now here in this league. And we don't have that logo handy, and yeah, that was up there, so we're just gonna roll with that. But yeah, guys, so this was a pretty interesting match here this week. I believe Deathly actually live recorded it. I did not get the opportunity to because we played pretty late in the week, right before the upload date. So just a little pressed for time here for this one. But anyways, coming into this match, felt like we had a really solid team prep for the squad that he has. So you see the 6 that he has up on the screen there. He also has mons like Hawlucha, not Hydreigon, Mega Gardevoir, and yeah, mons of that sort. He brought Gigalith and Stoutland, the Sand team here. Felt like we checked that pretty well between the Decidueye and Mega Aggron. The Umbreon's the real threat for my team because of the Clefable set that I was forced to run. So I really felt like Hawlucha was going to come. Moldbreaker Hawlucha actually ran train on my team. Between Unaware Clef, Filter Mega Ag, and Marvel Scale Melodic, Hawlucha really just plowed me. So I really felt like that mom was going to come, and so I was actually forced to bring Unaware Clef still to kind of deal with that, because Clef still took a hit from it even at +2, and killed back with the Moonblast. But yeah, unless he was like Z Poison Jab or something like that, or just regular Poison Jab, really. But you know, if that were the case, if he was that set, we'll get into it here in a minute. I want to talk about his team first. So yeah, he didn't bring the Hawlucha, so that's not a big deal. Mega Guard stayed on the bench. That I can understand because it did force Muck, and it forced a particular Muck set. So I am recycle with a Super Berry with knockoff Poison Jab and Fire Punch for the Mega Scizor, not to be set up fodder for it, just in case it's like some type of like bulky SD set. And then I've let my Mega Ag go down. So yeah, but yeah, definitely expected the Kyurem. I'm thinking probably Z Kyurem. Z Kyurem just really hits my team hard. Seismitoad's understandable here as well. I do have the Decidueye for that. And then, of course, the Scizor. I did expect the Scizor to come just to help break the Clefable, but I have a Berry on Clef, so I want to kind of lure that thing and try to pop it with the Flamethrower. Not too worried about the Scizor, though, because between Mega Ag, Darm, and Garchomp, I beat it. And plus, I've got fire coverage moves on the Decidueye and the Alolan Muck. But anyways, just talking about my team just a little bit real quick. I have a Volcure Decidueye for Galvantula. I didn't want to allow Sticky Webs to get up because I really need Darmanitan and my Garchomp to provide the offensive presence that I need. I have a almost max defense Clefable Unaware with Berry, Moonblast, Wish Protect, and Flamethrower. I have Curse Rest Talk Mega Ag, which really does really well against his team. This thing, it can really just go in, can set up on the Gigalith, it can set up on the Scizor, it can set up on the Stoutland, it can set up on the Umbreon, and this thing with some boost is just flat out scary. Scarf Darm, because I really did think the Mold Breaker Hawlucha was going to come. If you did run Mold Breaker, Scarf Darm was always going to outspeed and kill it, and if he was, the Unburdened Seth and Clef ate it up anyways, so that neutralized that thing basically between the two of them. I have just an offensive Garchomp because of his speed tiers on his team are a little wonky. He has the Hawlucha, and then after that it's Chomp Food. So he's got the Mega Guard, he's got the Scizor, he's got the Kyurem Black. Thought the Scarf Kyurem may potentially come as well. And then, like I said, I have the Super Berry Muck. My Garchomp is SD with Z move, Z Ground. That's really to bust the Scizor or the Umbreon harder, or the Guard if necessary as well. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and dive into it here. So just looking at his team, I really felt like the Decidueye was going to be the best lead. It could scare out Seismitoad, it's going to scare out Gigalith, it's going to, I've got the HP fire coverage for Scizor, and I have a lot of speed. I'm Jolly with enough speed to take on that max speed Scizor. But yeah, let's go ahead and dive into it here. I'm just going to talk on the fly here because this was kind of a longer battle. This battle gets stally in the middle, and then it's kind of just happens quickly at the end. So we're going to talk about that. So yeah, we lead with the Decidua. Thought that was going to really give us the best lead because it could also kind of prevent rocks from going up or just flat out get rid of them. So yep, here's the Gigalith. Really thought that we would end up scaring this thing out turn 1. I figured he would probably go out into like Kyurem or Umbreon. So I just want to go and throw off the Toxic turn 1 here. And he actually stays in. He's just going to get his Stealth Rocks up. So fair play from him because he could take a Leaf Blade or a Giga Drain. But I've got a Toxic on it. But I really don't anticipate him staying in here on this turn. I feel like this turn he knows the Grass move is coming. And Scizor is a pretty good switch into this because if I'm a bulky or Outset, then he can really take me on well, so really figured he'd go out to his ×4 Grass Resist here. But that's not the case. He's just going to go and Heavy Slam me for a fuck ton of damage, and yeah, you can see Owl does not like that. So here I'm just going to go ahead and defog the rocks. I know I'm probably going to go down, but I know I can prevent his Stealth Rocks from coming out on the next turn. So going to go ahead and let Owl go down and bring out my Garchomp here. So I've gotten rid of rocks, so that makes things a little bit easier to for the Darmanitan, because my plan is kind of to win with the Darmanitan late game. So I'm just going to go ahead here. I'm just going to go ahead and attack this thing turn 1. I don't want to let anything come in for free. If he wants to go Umbreon, I want to chip that thing down. Same thing for Seismitoad, because Seismitoad's kind of an issue for my team. I want to go ahead and get some chip on that thing if he chooses to go out into that. He chooses to go Stoutland though, trying to make an offensive switch, and yeah, we're going to do a huge chunk to Stoutland, about 60%, and that's good damage. So we've got a great mon for this. I've just got to hope he doesn't superpower here turn 1, and we'll be in pretty good shape. He does not. He goes for the Ice Fang, and we know immediately that is banded damage. So he's got banded Stoutland, but we're going to be okay now that we're going to get our Mega Evolution off. The banded Stoutland is not going to be doing much, even if he does pack the superpower on the Stoutland. So we're going to go and get nice and Mega'd here. And I believe we just throw off an Iron Head. Yeah, we throw off an Iron Head here turn 1. That is not going to do anything to Seismitoad here. So yeah, Seismitoad's going to be pretty annoying for my team, as you're going to see here in just a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and make the switch out. I'm going to go into Clef. Clef should be able to eat this thing up unless it has P-Jab or the Sludge Wave. And yeah, he's going to fire off the Scald. And he's going to be able to tell from the Sandstorm damage as well that I am unaware Clefable. But yeah, that was inevitable that he actually finds that one out. And this part is where it gets a bit stally here, because we're just going to kind of trade attacks, doing minimal damage to each other, and just getting healthy. He's going to be getting healthy with leftovers. I'm going to be getting healthy with my Wish Protect. But Clef should always be able to 1-1 this thing, because the leftovers recovery is not going to be enough to suffice him. And as you can see, his Scalds are not going to be doing enough to me to, even with the burn damage, to stall me out. Now with burn and sand, that's going to get a little hairy, but you know, my Wish Protect's always going to be able to stall this thing out, and I'm inevitably going to be able to chip this thing down as well. So, you know, we'll take that over the course of the match. But trying to pull up some calcs here, because, like I said, we played this battle last night, so don't remember it too well off the top of my head. But yeah, so like Adamant Banded Superpower does 41 to 49% to Stoutland. Of course, you're going to be getting that attack drop on the following turns as well. So now that we're Mega'd, I really don't have too many things to fear from this. But yeah, let me go ahead and apologize for this, because this is going to get a bit stally here. So he makes a good play here and actually knocks off my Babiri Berry. So he knows that we're there to try to lure that Scizor now at this point. It is what it is on that. But yeah, so we're gonna just continue to make this exchange here. I believe he goes out to the Scizor on my Protect, and I'm just gonna get nice and back to almost full. So yeah, we're in pretty good shape here. Now, what I don't want him to do is be able just to U-turn and gain momentum on me, but I don't really have a choice. I'm just going to go straight out into the Mega Aggron here. Mega Aggron's going to eat anything up from this thing. It can also run the superpower, but we've got rest, so we can still outlive this thing. Goes for the BP. It's not doing anything to us. I actually find out later that he is Roost, Defog, SD, and Bullet Punch on this particular set, so Aggron is going to be able to wall this thing for days. And at this point, I'm going to start boosting because I want to see what this Seismitoad is. We already know at this point that it is some type of, it's not specially invested, so he could be physical, but with Curse Up, I'm going to be able to beat this thing. I don't know if he has Earth Power because he has not shown that yet. He's shown the Scald and the Knockoff, that is it. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Curse Up. This is going to be my second Curse on this one as well. And I don't care if he gets the Scald Burn either because I'm going to be able to rest here on the following turn and just get back up to full anyways at a nice +2/+2. So yeah, he's going to go ahead and fire off another Scald. I believe he picks up the Burn this time. He does. That does not matter here because we actually clicked rest. And yeah, Mega Aggron's right back up to full. And it is +2/+2 now, so it's looking a little dangerous. It's gonna do negligible damage to this thing, yes, until I really get boosted. But once I do, it's you know, this team really struggles to deal with Curse Mega Ag. So he's gonna go for the Earth Power, and as you can see here, he's gonna get the Spadef drop, which I've burned one turn of sleep at this point. I'm not gonna be able to stall it out here at this time because of that. Hoping for Ironhead here to get some damage off, but does not end up happening. So we're going to be forced to make the switch out, and that's exactly what we do. We can tell from that damage, though, that he is not invested. So what that actually means is my Spadef Muck actually does not die from this thing. Clefable can take this thing on as well. So, like I said, we can stall this thing out. So, unless he gets a Spadef drop or something like that, of course. Got to take that into consideration as well. So, this is another part of the match that's going to get a bit stally again because we really want to get this thing. We're going to try to 1v1 this thing with Clef. We got to get this thing low. We've got to keep Clef high because Clef's pretty important to us at this point because it's going to do pretty good damage to Umbreon. It's going to help take on that Kyurem, and it's really here to help check this thing at this point because Seismitoad actually goes in against my team a little bit if it's not for this, and if I didn't have the recovery on Muck and Aggron. If I'm ever able to get Muck in, if he brings this thing in on Muck, I'm going to knock this thing off because if I eliminate this thing's leftovers, it's a done deal. Clef definitely stalls it out then, but as you can see, the leftovers recovery is what's really annoying for this thing. So yeah, it is what it is. So we're just going to play this game here for a bit. I know I can kind of wish stall. You know, we're able to get them decently low, about 65-70% after the leftovers recovery, after the wish. But we're going to be forced to wish here on this following turn as well because we can't take two, and yeah, we're not in a position where we can lose Clef here at this point. So we don't stall out too much longer on this one because we actually both make a switch here on the same play here in just a minute. So at this point, what I'm actually going to try to do is get in my, I think it's the play after this one. I'm going to try to get in my Garchomp because Garchomp's Z move is going to obliterate this thing, and the same turn he is actually going to go into the Sizzler. So yeah, we're waiting for it. We're waiting for it. There's another Scald from him. I think it's the turn after I wish back up. So we're almost there, and we're almost out of this cycle here, so to speak. We're just waiting for it. I think I'm just gonna hit him with the Moonblast here. As you can see, we're slowly kind of whittling this thing away, but you know, we're still just still playing the stall game here, unfortunately. So I'm gonna pull up another calc here real quick because we're about to get in Garchomp in on the in on the Scizor, and yeah, yep, here it is. So he's going to go into the Scizor, and I'm going to go into my Garchomp here. And yeah, so in is the Scizor, in is the Garchomp. Now, I don't think this thing's going to be max HP. I think it's going to have some type of speed investment to try to creep my Decidueye. So, and I think he's going to run a bit of speed just with the Clefable anyways. So yeah, I'm going to go and throw off my Z move here. And he actually turns out to be max HP, so it's only a 25% chance for us to kill, and he ends up living, which is not a problem. Now here's really my only misplay of the match, kind of looking back at it. It wouldn't have changed anything, the end result of it. He's going to go ahead and BP here. As soon as I clicked the move too, I was like, oh, he's going to die to Rough Skin. And yeah, he does the Rough Skin as I attack, whereas I should have set up an SD there, or set up my rocks. Either one would have been fair. So down goes the Scizor, in comes the Gigalith, which was a bit strange to me. It just really, he's going out to set up his Sand here at this point. I really figured he'd probably go Seismitoad, because he can take a just a regular Earthquake from me. I'm going to go ahead and knock this thing out. He apparently wants to get in the Stoutland to, I guess, try to sweep me with that, but he's not sweeping me with Mega Ag, or at least I think. So in comes the Stoutland. I'm going to go ahead and let me go ahead and get rid of some of these mons up here. I'm going to go ahead and go into Mega Aggron, and this turn's really important because he's going to pick up a crit on me this turn. So he's going to crit me. I'm at 113 HP, and that does a ton of damage. That does 52. So I burned one turn to sleep. I've got a Sleep Talk here. What I need on this turn is either my attacking move to kill him, or I need my Curse to make sure his next return does not kill me. So we get crit, we do not get the Sleep Talk roll. So he's going to be able to actually pick up the kill here with the Stoutland on my Mega Aggron. And now we're in a world of trouble. So Muck can actually take a hit from this thing. I'm max HP. It does 75%, but then my Berry's going to hit, and I'm going to be able to get right back up to full. But he picks up the crit on my Muck too. So he brought Scopeland's dog here, and yeah, now I'm just kind of tilted at this point. There's no way for me to bring it back, but my safer play was to bring in Clef, go for the Protect. I should have went for another Protect here to try to get the double Protect to leave me both Garchomp and this, and my Darm. But yeah, we're not gonna go for the Protect. I wasn't even calculating at this point, because I was just like, oh, this game's done. So down goes Clef. In comes Chomp, basically me sacking it off, and yeah, down goes Chomp here. And yeah, it's just a lone Darmanitan versus the world, and Sand ends finally, so I guess that's a plus. Sand ends. Trying to get rid of some of these mons so you guys can kind of keep up with it a little bit better, but yeah, we're gonna pick up the kill with the Flare Blitz, and down goes Stoutland. But I'm Scarf Darm. I'm not gonna be able to break Seismitoad. I'm not going to be able to break the Umbreon. I'm not going to be able to break any of that. Really, my better play at the end game there would have been go for the double Protect with Clef to leave me Chomp and Darm to try to superpower through his team. But not the case. He's going to kill me with the foul play. And then also, I probably should have went out into the Darmanitan first as opposed to Garchomp to let the Darmanitan go down and let Chomp try to go for it, because, you know, for whatever reason, if he would have let me SD with Chomp, I could have potentially won still at that point with a crit. But it is what it is. You know, it's the game we play, but it's very frustrating to lose like that at times. So GG to you, Tyler. You know, you've done well so far this season with the team that you have. So good luck the rest of the way to you, man. But yeah, I don't really know how we could have played that game any differently. The Ag should have always been able to rest back up. That first crit really didn't take it away completely, but the sleep talk roll really sealed it at that point. So nothing we could have done on that part, but you know, that is what it is there. And then the mug thing, the mug really, I mean, that ended the game for us. Because what should have happened there was is he put us down in barrier range. We popped that. We're back up at 75%. We knock him off for the kill. And then we've got Umbreon, who's not touching my muck. We've got the Seismitoad, which is going to do about 38% if I remember correctly. Let me just look that up real quick. Because, you know, it's important for how I was playing the end game here. So the Seismitoad's Earth Power was doing 32 to 39% to my muck, so nothing. Could have knocked that thing off, and proceeded to stall that out with Recycle as well. And then it's just Kyurem. Kyurem, I found out later that the set was Earth Power, but it was uninvested. It was just an attacking set, so you know that was I don't know how he was going to break muck at that point. Or even better yet, switching to Chomp or switching to Darm there at that point. So, you know, that is what it is. It's the game we choose to play. So, you know, I've vented, I've had my salt, and it's on to the next one. Next week we play Gym Leader Geo. So yeah, this was a tough one to play last night, and it's a tough one to watch again, and probably just delete this one from the DS and move on. This is probably the worst crits that I've had in game in my 3-year battling career. But yeah, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the battle up until that point. It was a stally one up there until that point, but you know, at least you guys got to see Stoutland doing some work. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video today. And be sure to check out, let's see, today's Saturday. We've got our BBL video dropping Monday, so that one will be pretty big. And yeah, next week we play Gym Leader Geo for the APA. That's Saturday. And then our second draft analysis will drop Sunday. So definitely be sure to check that out. Sub to the channel if you have not already. We are on the road to 400 subs here, so I'm really excited about that. Thank you guys so much for the love and support this season. We will bounce back. We're not going to take this lane down. We're 1-2 to start the season. We got outplayed by General Tar Heel week 1. But I feel like we definitely could have won this game. We put ourselves in a good position here. So we're going to try to bounce back hard against Geo. He's got a really cool Psychic team. But we've got some threats on our team as well. So really looking forward to playing that one. We play that one here in the next couple of days. But yeah, guys, enough rambling. Thank you so much for the support. And until next time.